What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Willy Bobo Life. I'm yours truly, Will, aka Will to Kill, aka Willy Bobo. And today we're gonna be talking about the game showcase. I don't know what do they call this stuff. Let me look that up real quick. I have no clue what they call this stuff anymore. Like what they're calling it, what they're doing with it. They are calling this Summer of Gaming, the 2021 Summer of Gaming thing. All this showcase thing that they're doing. Yeah. It's E3, everybody. This is basically E3 kind of. This is what they're doing. They're showing games to us, this thing, and that's what this video today is to talk about. Is to talk about all the games that have been announced from Friday, even Wednesday, going to next Tuesday. We're talking Battlefield 2042. We're talking about Elder Ring. We're talking about Death Stranding Director's Cut. We're talking about Rainbow Six Extraction, Riders Republic, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry 6, and last but certainly not least, Avatar. So, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into what I want to talk about. For starters, the trailer that I showed off on the 9th of Battlefield 2042 blew my mind away. I will have a video out coming to this channel probably tomorrow showcasing my reaction to that trailer, because I wanted to kind of release that tomorrow, because I know tomorrow is going to be the release of the gameplay footage, which I'm so going to be watching. But I will say that video, nostalgia, came back so hardcore for my love for the Battlefield games. Like, so bad. No one's playing Battlefield 3 anymore. No one's playing Battlefield 4, I don't believe, anymore. People are definitely not, or people probably are playing the Battlefield 5 and 1 games. I do own Battlefield 1. I am not happy with Battlefield 1. I never bought Battlefield 5 because I thought it was a piece of crap. And I will say my only standpoint on that stuff, I also say in the video that I reacted to Battlefield 2042, is I'm tired of all the games going back to World War II, World War I, Vietnam War, Cold War. Like, nobody cares about living those wars anymore. We want modern guns, modern weaponry, modern wars, modern outfits. We want modern. No one's relating to shooting a crappy old gun anymore. Like, this is my opinion. People love that crap. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying, like, for me, in my head, I don't want any of this shit. So I can imagine there's probably a million other people out there who don't want this shit either. But when you show us modern warfare, like actual current warfare kind of guns, robots that have guns mounted to them and are running through the fields, bring it. Bring it. Let me have gun attachments. Let me have gear. Let me have wingsuits. That whole trailer hit home. Made me feel like I was playing Battlefield Bad Company 2 online again. Made me feel like I was playing Battlefield 3 and 4 online again. It made me so happy. The most recent first-person shooter game I've played is Modern Warfare. Like you guys know, I've live streamed Plunder and I've live streamed the multiplayer on that numerous times on this channel, and I enjoy those. I do not like Battle Royale, so I'm kind of glad that 2042 is not going to be having Battle Royale, at least not for the get-go. And I'm actually kind of happy that they're going away from, what do you call it, a single player, because quite honestly, the last two single player experiences kind of sucked. Like, they were episodic. They were just like, oh, this is this person's take on the war. This is this person's take. I get you're like, you want to do that, but I don't like that. I like the old school where you're playing as this one dude who's part of this squad who's going out there and facing the war with his buddies, and they're just trying to survive kind of thing. And I enjoyed that. Now, moving past that, because let's just say you guys will see my reaction to the trailer, and then I'm also going to be reacting to the gameplay tomorrow. For the Battlefield 2042. And my dog is going off in the background, so I apologize for that noise. Next thing I'm going to talk about real quick, and I mean, I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible, because this is where the video could go off on a rant real quick. But I'm just going to say this one thing. I am tired of games in this industry being repackaged and resold to people for like maybe a $10 or $20 difference from when it originally came out, and just saying, oh, it's the complete edition. Oh, it's the ultimate edition. Oh, it's the director's cut. I didn't watch or care to hear about a lot of the games that came out that were announced a lot from yesterday. Summer of Games, of Gaming or whatever. Because the only two that really meant anything to me was Elden Ring, and I just want to talk about this one subject first, because Elden Ring is going to go into the games that I'm going to talk about. But I just don't really appreciate how we got Death Stranding last year for a video game, and everybody liked it, and now they're doing a cash grab and calling it the director's cut so they can get more money from people who didn't buy the game first off, or who didn't buy it like 6 months after. Anybody who waited on Death Stranding is now going to be basically sold director's cut as a new package for same game with just a little bit more sprinkled in. And I'm like, I hate this. I hate this fad, this tradition we're doing with all these games now, where we release one game and we give everybody pre-order bonuses, and then we release DLC like 3 months later and everybody spends money on that. And then later you go out and you release the same game with all that DLC, call it the Ultimate Edition or some shit, or the year anniversary crap. And then they charge you either the same amount of money as a brand new game of $60, $70, or they give you like a 10% discount off the game's price and sell it for like 40 or 50 bucks. I hate this fad. With that, I just don't like how Death Stranding is coming out as a director's cut. They're just adding a little bit more in, but they're doing a cash grab on a game. Now, moving on to the real beef of the video, because I can't wait to talk about these games. Elden Ring. I really loved the trailer they released for Elden Ring. I will say that if you guys are curious if I've even played a From Software game before, I do have Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Dark Souls 3, and Demon Souls, the remake from Blue Point in collaboration From Software. I do have all those live streamed on my channel. They're not all the whole game. I haven't beaten any of those games. I have played them. I still own them. I still am working on them, but I have live streams of all those games on this channel. Go check them out in my playlists. They will be labeled that. Labeled their respective games respectively. But I will say I loved the presentation of Elden Ring trailer and the voiceover, or like the storytelling. I loved the presentation of that game. It looks dark. It looks gritty. I definitely like that look a little. I like the medieval kind of look. I do. Wish there was a little bit more color in there. But what they showed us was awesome. And I will say that people are like saying like, oh, it's the same old thing. I will say this much. If it's really a real open world game and the other ones weren't considered open world, I am shocked, because the other ones were open enough that you didn't feel like you were in this linear path. I will say this much. I never felt playing those games I was somewhere linear. The corridors were tight, the atmosphere was rich and thick, and made you really feel like you were where you are. Never made you feel trapped, because you always knew there was somewhere else you could go. There was a corridor or a door you had to go down, a hallway you had to go up, a staircase, a building, something you've never been in. And I think that's one of the things about those games that makes them feel so open, is the way they make the maps sprawl out in like multiple paths. You never feel trapped. So now that they're making an open world game, I am very much intrigued in how this is going to feel. And I can't wait for it. And I love that trailer. So I'm probably going to go ahead and do a reaction on that trailer later, just so people can understand where my head's at with that trailer. Now, moving on to the next game. The game I actually do have a picture of, or a thumbnail for, Rainbow Six Extraction. This game is basically a gigantic money pit for Ubisoft. I honestly don't know why they're making it, because it's just a gigantic, completely reskinned Destiny 2 style of Rainbow Six Siege. They're just putting aliens in it. Instead of shooting each other, you're going to be shooting aliens. And I heard somebody in the comment section while the Ubisoft thing was going on saying it's Left 4 Dead aliens, and I could not agree more. And the problem is that the enemies in this game, judging by the trailer they showed before the gameplay, the aliens in this game look like a mixture between clickers, necromorphs, and Predator, to be quite honest, mixed in with some Resident Evil shit, to be real. Like 4 or 5 different like genres of video games, storytelling, and movies, and that's what they look like. And I wasn't shocked or blown away. And the worst thing is the color palette is pretty much this whole sticker, like this whole image here, Rainbow Six Siege, black and yellow. And I wasn't really down for it. things I had problem with the cinematic trailer that they showed was the fact that like these things were exploding, like they were blowing these things up and they were exploding the shrapnel, and like nobody in the trailers was getting hit by a shrapnel, and it was going ways, and these people weren't like completely behind cover in the trailer, and the shrapnel was like hitting a wall right next to them, but you saw more flying in front of them, and you're telling me that these guys didn't get hit once, like they're not showing like some kind of like healing aspect, like some kind of like adrenaline shot and like let's keep going. No, they didn't show any of that. And it was really annoying because this just made me realize like how much these trailers have to make you feel like you're a hero in every aspect, like you're undefeatable. And I think that's what made me more annoyed with it, was the fact that this game's color palette is supposed to be scary, dark, menacing, terror behind every corner, fear behind every and down every hallway kind of thing. And the game just looked like a shooter in the dark. Like, it wasn't scary. Like, I'd never watched the gameplay afterwards thinking like, oh man, these things are deadly, these things are scary. It literally just looked like there was nothing to really be afraid of. It just looked like, oh, okay, well, instead of zombies, now we're going to call them aliens, and they're going to be, they look a little different. Okay. So for me, wasn't blown away. Moving to the next one though, because this video is going to get long. Riders Republic. Oh my god, this game is just amazing looking. I love it. I love the extreme sports aspects of it. I cannot wait to play this game. Sadly, it's coming a little sooner than I wanted it to. I'm happy for all the new games coming out. I'm just not happy that it's burning through money so fast. I literally just got done spending like $100-something on Ratchet and Clank this literally today, and the intermission Yuffie expansion for Final Fantasy VII Remake, and the song pack for Beat Saber. So I spent like 75 plus 30. I spent $100 and $105 in video games today alone, and this game's coming out in like 2 months. So damn, But I'm happy to see extreme sports. I've been waiting for games that look the AAA quality like this and do everything I want. I've been looking for a really good. I've been looking for a really good game that captures extreme mountain biking and snowboarding and wingsuiting and stuff all in one package. I know they had the game Steep back in the day, and it's still, I actually believe it's still available on PlayStation Now and stuff, but I'm not really full on into that, and this game's going to be more something I think I can convince friends to get on, play with me, we all have a fun time, and then you can even do campaign career mode and like make yourself a really badass character, unlock some really cool gear, and make yourself somebody unique, and you don't have to worry about like jumping on every day or feel like you're missing out. This literally looks like one of those really fun, good time investing games where anytime you jump in, you can get something unlocked. You can really feel like you've accomplished something, and you can go and quit and play any other game, complete those stories, and feel like you're really just accomplishing something in your gaming career as just a hobby gamer. So I really can't wait for this game. Next, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I skipped this game when it came out, and I'm happy I did. I honestly will say I had the choice of playing Phoenix Rising, Immortals Phoenix Rising, or getting this game, and I chose Phoenix Rising. Not because I'm more in love with Greek mythology, which I kind of am, but it was just because at the time I realized that it took me like a whole year to beat and play through Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It took me just as long, maybe 6 months, to beat Assassin's Creed Origins. And they were moving so far away from the Assassin's Creed formula that I love, which was, 1, the Ezio trilogy, Assassin's Creed 3, and like Unity, that I felt like they were moving so far away from these games that I just couldn't stay 100% behind them. And then the reviews, everybody was saying like the combat gets really boring real quick, but the world's beautiful and stuff, but then even the exploration gets slightly boring. Like, they were really kind of throwing me off. So in essence, where Ubisoft and all these game companies go out there and give people early review copies, thinking that all the good things people have to say are really going to sell copies, kind of everybody's early access to this game, talking about everything, showing so much of it like a week or two before the game even came out, kind of made me not want to get the game. Now I will say this much, I haven't watched a lot of gameplay of this game since it's been out, and I haven't really been following it a lot, but from what they've said so far, if you really could want to go out and buy the game, spend about, I think, $40 on a season pass, and play it on PS5 or something like that, you probably would have a lot of fun, and I'm thinking about doing that. The game's $30 now, new, so if I went out and did that and then bought the season pass, I probably would get my money's worth, and probably would have a lot more fun with the game. Instead of paying $100 for a game with like, all that crap, because you don't need to now. I think that's probably the best way to play Assassin's Creed now, is to pretty much get it now when it's like $30, or get it on sale when it's like $20 somewhere, and then get the season pass, because they still always sell the season pass, and then just play through the whole thing and all the DLC. Like, that's the best way. But I was really stoked to see that they had more content coming for the game. The only problem with that is that I have the season passes for Odyssey and Origins, and I didn't play any of it. Any of it. So I kind of felt crappy about that, but I am probably gonna be jumping back into Assassin's Creed here in a little while. Trying to play through some stuff. I do have a lot. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm having a little bit more time to play video games. And I'm happy to. But these days, it's not really about what games I can buy and beat. It's more about what games I can buy and enjoy as long as I can. I will say that there's plenty of video games in this room that I have still in cellophane wrapping, because I never opened them and I never beat them. And they're short games. I just never took the time to really just jump right in. And there's some games I started, got like maybe 10 hours in, and I never completed. So this is definitely one of those games. Now, second to least, we're going to talk about the Avatar game real quick. The game being shown the way it did made me want this game, because I love Avatar and I just want to play this game. This game looked amazing. There's not a whole lot to say about it. If you guys didn't see the trailer, I'm pretty sure it's going to be out there on YouTube in no time. Watch the trailer. You guys decide if you guys want to play this game. I'm curious where they're going with it, though, because it basically just showed this giant, like what I would almost say, a CGI trailer of what could be even a movie. Like with game graphics, of course, because it doesn't look anywhere nearly as good as the actual movies does. But it looks good. It looks good. I just don't know if it's gonna be like one of those PvP things, or if it's gonna be like a story based where you fight the humans and you're the aliens. No, I have no clue what this game's gonna be about. But from what I'm seeing, I'm definitely looking forward to playing a game that looks at least this complete. Now, with all that out of the way completely. The only thing that I hated from the Ubisoft conference, because like I said, I'm not going to talk about Friday because I didn't really see anything on Friday. I'm just talking about the two things I heard about Friday and got to see a little bit of. But the only thing I hated about the Ubisoft conference today was the fact that I didn't care about Just Dance, and they seem to be like literally trying to shove Just Dance down your throat. And I guess there's always going to be parts of conferences of video games that people just don't care about, but I don't care about Just Dance. They always try to make this announcement with Just Dance this like hyped up, happy, good feeling thing, and you just like literally make me like angry, if anything. And like, so yeah, didn't care about that. I didn't care about Far Cry 6 because the only Far Cry game I've ever played and beaten all the way to completion, and not even really platinum, I think I just beat it and got like all the trophies but the multiplayer ones, was Far Cry 3. I own Far Cry 4. I don't think I have Far Cry 5, and if I do, it's free on a different platform. And I own Far Cry Primal, but I never played it. And I'm not psyched about Far Cry 6. So to me it's like, yay, it looks good, but I'm not gonna play it. And Rocksmith was awesome. I liked how they were showing more footage of that, but I couldn't get really behind it. And the Mario Rabbids thing, like, cool, you're making another child's game. That's awesome. I never got behind the Mario Rabbids. I love Mario the character. I do actually have a Switch. So I do actually have right here Mario Kart, and I want to know if I can actually pull this off. Nope. Where the hell is it? That's Donkey Kong. Oh, there it is. If you guys don't think I love Mario, there you go. Have that right there. And I do love Mario. Mario's my thing, but I just never jumped on the rabbits thing. So, with all that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry if it's like 15 minutes long. I just wanted to go over what I thought about games real quick. Kind of give a conversation point to have in the comments. And if you guys want to know what my thoughts are about any of these games more in depth, let me know in the comment section down below. And I might comment my thoughts a little bit more in the comment section, or I might make an entire video depending on what the context of the question or comment is. But with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you guys liked it, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. And with all that said, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button the subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you guys can catch any of my future videos that I upload and my live streams that I try to do a lot of. Not as much as a lot would imply, but I do know I live stream every Wednesday. So with all that said, peace.